This mother murdered 3 women, dissolved their bodies in a cauldron of acid, then turned their fat into soap and fed their blood to her neighbors as dessert. Her name was Leonarda Cianciulli, and this is how a desperate mother became one of the most twisted killers in history. Leonarda gave birth to 17 children, but only 4 survived. She had 3 miscarriages. 10 more died before reaching adulthood. She was convinced she was cursed, and honestly, who could blame her? But here's where it gets darker. A fortune teller told her all her children were doomed to die. In rural Italy during the 1940s, superstitions weren't just beliefs, they were a way of life. People feared curses like they feared death itself. So when World War II erupted and her eldest son got drafted, Leonarda lost it. She became obsessed with keeping him alive. And in her twisted mind, there was only one way to do it: human sacrifice. Over 2 years, Leonarda murdered 3 women. All of them were lonely, desperate middle-aged women who believed she was helping them restart their lives. Her final victim was Virginia Cianciulli, a washed-up opera soprano dreaming of a comeback. Unlike the first 2, Virginia was a public figure, and that mistake would be Leonarda's downfall. Leonarda promised Virginia a job as a secretary in Florence. All she had to do was tell no one. September 30th, 1940, Virginia knocked on Leonarda's door, hopeful and trusting. Leonarda poured her wine, handed her paper to write goodbye letters to family. As Virginia turned away, Leonarda swung the axe. Crack! The blade split Virginia's skull, but didn't kill her. Virginia collapsed, gasping, blood pooling beneath her. Leonarda swung again, and again, until the gasping stopped. Then the real horror began. Leonarda dragged the corpse to a massive copper cauldron. She hacked the body into chunks, tossed them in with 7 kilos of caustic soda, and stirred. For hours, she stirred. The flesh bubbled and hissed, melting like wax. Bones surfaced from the sludge. The smell was unbearable. When it was done, fat floated to the top. Leonarda scooped it out, dried it in her oven, mixed in cologne, and molded it into bars of creamy soap. The blood? She collected every drop, baked it into sweet tea cakes, and served them to her neighbors. Leonarda later said Virginia tasted sweet, just like sugar. Virginia wasn't her first. She was her third. 2 others had already been dissolved, baked, and distributed, but this time someone noticed. Virginia's sister refused to believe the disappearance. She marched straight to the police. Questions piled up. Investigators showed up at Leonarda's door. They questioned her. She lied smoothly. They couldn't prove anything. Then, when officers suggested her son committed the murders, Leonarda snapped. She wasn't about to let her son take the blame. Not after everything. Not after 3 human sacrifices to keep him safe. She'd protected him through blood and horror. She'd protect him one last time. So she confessed to everything. Not with shame, but with pride. When officers doubted details, she corrected them. When they couldn't believe the soap and tea cakes, she walked them through the recipe, step by step. On trial, Leonarda wore black with an arrogant smirk plastered across her face. The press dubbed her the Soap Maker of Correggio. The courtroom overflowed with people desperate to see the woman who turned corpses into household goods. Leonarda was sentenced to 30 years in prison and 3 more in a criminal asylum. And remember that fortune teller from the beginning? She'd made one more prediction years earlier. She said, "In your right hand, I see prison. In your left, an asylum." She nailed it. Leonarda Cianciulli died in 1970 in that asylum, leaving behind destroyed families and a legacy of horror. Today, her tools, the knives, the cauldron, are preserved behind glass in Rome. You can still go see them. The instruments of a mother's twisted love. My next video is going to be about a man that married his daughter and then murdered her. Subscribe so you don't miss it.